Sephora holiday sets are back. I know it's very early. I know it is September. Seems a little bit weird to be talking about holiday already, even though it does kind of happen quite early every single year. But today I want to break down all the Sephora holiday sets that just launched, talk about the ones that I think are a great value, and also maybe de-influence you from a few of these sets. You know, in general, the Sephora sets that are made by the retailer, like their favorite sets, tend to be a great value, and they are well known for this. They sell out every single year. And on paper, I think these sets are phenomenal. You're getting a really high value compared to the cost of the set. But even with that in mind, I don't think they always make sense. And I want to break it down by the numbers today and maybe potentially de-influence you if you needed to be talked out of a few of these sets, while also talking about the ones that I think are worth picking up. Let's start with the one I've been hearing the most about, and this is the Sephora Favorites Must-Have Set. It retails for $69 and is a $189 value. Now, this is the one that caught my attention right away, and I think for the right person, this could be fantastic. It includes so many bestsellers. This is like the most popular products at Sephora, but in a way, if you're a big beauty lover and you have a substantial size collection, I think that's kind of the downfall here, because I look at this and I'm like, well, I own a lot of these already. And for me, I still instantly was like, okay, I kind of want to buy this. It's one of the only sets that's like fully cruelty-free. That's kind of another downside. A lot of the sets will have like a few non-cruelty-free items. And I specifically thought, okay, this is perfect for me because I've been wanting to pick up one of the Makeup by Mario blushes. I have his stick blushes, but I have never tried the ones in the pan, and I've heard the best things about them. So I thought, okay, maybe I buy this set for that. And that's the mindset I want to call out in this video, because those blushes retail for $30. I could just go out and buy that individual blush for $30 and save $39, and then A, get the exact shade I want, but B, not have a lot of these like backups and or products that I wouldn't use. And I think the value in these favorite sets really comes down to what your collection already looks like, so what you would use from this set or what you wouldn't, and how you're gonna use these products. Are you gonna keep the entire set for yourself? Well, in that case, you need to be pretty critical about what you would use and what you wouldn't. Or are you gonna split it up? In my opinion, that's kind of the best route when it comes to these value sets, is maybe you go in with a friend. You each purchase this together and you split up the products. Or this is something you buy and you gift things out. Or you put them in stockings. Or just in some way, you're sharing the love a little bit. I think these can make a lot of sense. But if you're just buying it as an individual, I don't think the sets always make sense, especially considering the fact that you can't curate the shades. Okay, whoa. Okay, cloud. See, this is, people are like, why don't YouTubers film with natural light? This is why. So the blush shade that's included in this set is called Pinch Me Pink. And this is actually one of the lightest shades available in the Makeup by Mario blushes. So depending on your skin tone, that might be a pro for you, or this might be a blush that really wouldn't work for you at all. And even for myself, I know I'm not super into pink blushes. If I was just purchasing the Makeup by Mario blush on my own, that would not be the shade I would probably choose. I would likely get something a little more nude or a little bit more peachy. So in this scenario, when I consider this set, at least from my own perspective, I would rather just buy the blush for $30, have the blush alone, save the $39 on the rest of the set, and get the shade of the blush that I actually want. That being said, if you don't own the other products in this set, and or they're things that would be of interest to you, I do think it's a good value, because the SOS spray from Tower 28 is a full size in this set, and that is one of my holy grail products. If you are acne prone, it's a lifesaver. Another full size product in the set is the Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Glaze. Now, again, it's gonna come down to, do you like this shade? And a theme you're gonna see throughout the video is a lot of these sets have a lot of like similar shades over and over again. So if you were to buy multiple sets, they like all seem to have these like rosy tones. So you kind of have to like that shade. But the fourth and final full-size product in here is the Glossier Boy Brow, which I do like if you're into more of a fluffed up brow look. But if you're seeking out a brow gel for really substantial hold, longevity, I don't necessarily think of the Boy Brow as ideal for that brow preference. Also in here, you are getting a gloss bomb, but it is in the shade Riri, which I think would be gorgeous on a lot of people, but I don't know if it's necessarily gonna be the most universally appealing shade out there. It is a little bit more bold. I don't think it's necessarily gonna be loved by everyone. So I think that's worth considering. You know, the gloss bomb formula is great, but would you wear that shade? Also, it includes the Grande Lash Serum, which initially I thought, okay, that's huge. It's a high ticket item. I think it's great. I've used it over the years. But I actually think this is kind of a silly thing to include in the set because it's a mini. So you're not gonna notice any difference in the amount of time that it's gonna take you to use up the mini. It takes a few months of usage to start noticing the difference from this product. So getting that in the set is essentially requiring you to go out and then purchase the full size in the future, which cost $68. Otherwise, having this little mini in here really won't be of much use to you. Even if for some reason you did notice some results after the use of the mini, the results go away when you stop using the product. So none of that will be sustained. You will then have to go out and repurchase it again. We've also got Sol de Janeiro number 68. That one's definitely a crowd favorite, but I will say, in my personal opinion, it is my least favorite scent out of all the Sol de Janeiro scents. So with this set in particular, again, I think for the right person, it would probably be a slam dunk, but I think it's worth being a little bit critical about because I wouldn't want you to spend $69 on this and then regret it and think, okay, wow, I wish I would have just purchased the one or two products in this set that I'm actually interested in. The next set that I want to talk about is the Cozy and Clean Makeup and Skincare Set. It is listed on Sephora for $64, but they do not list the value of this one. So I took one for the team and I did the math. I broke down the cost per ounce of all these products, added it up, and the actual value of that set, which for some reason, again, is not listed, is $170.60. So the value here already pretty fantastic. But the first thing I want to say out the gate about this one is that those skincare products are mini. And that is a call out I want to make with these Sephora sets or really any value set from makeup brands, well, makeup, skincare, any beauty brands. Take the photos with a grain of salt, okay? Because it looks a little bit larger when you're viewing it on your cell phone or on your computer screen, but like when you get these, the amount of times I've purchased a value set and I've gotten the product and I'm like, oh, this is the smallest thing I've ever seen. Like, just know, these are mini, okay? The sizes of these skincare products, just for reference, the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask, which they're considering a deluxe size, is 10 grams or 0.35 ounces. Okay, let's compare that to the full size. Full size is 2.25 ounces or 64 grams. The Ole Henriksen moisturizer included in the set, 0.25 ounces or 7 milliliters. And don't get me wrong, those can be great. I have a soft spot for mini skincare products. I think they're ideal for traveling, especially if you only like taking a carry-on like myself. I need minis, so I love having them in my collection. But these are the sizes that you can get for free as a point perk, or even just like for free without a point perk. You know, on the Sephora page, you can go to their offers page and there are consistently offers where you can just throw sample sizes that are essentially this big into your cart for free. So I don't think that's necessarily something that adds much value, in my opinion, to the set, even though, you know, it is calculated in the total for the value. That in mind, I still do think this is a pretty good value if you're looking over the products and thinking, yes, all of these would work for me, for my skin tone, for my preferences. But another call out to make here is there are like multiple blushes and lip products, and yet they're kind of all in the same color. Like, I wish Sephora would give us a little more range here. Give us an orange blush, give us a pink blush, give us a berry blush. But no, they're kind of all like a dusty rose. But the full-size products in here are the Kosas lip treatment. That product's okay, in my opinion. It's not my favorite lip treatment, but I don't think it's disappointing. Also, the Ami Kohl Hydrating Lip Treatment. I haven't tried anything from that brand yet, but I have heard good things. We also have the LYS Cream Blush. I've heard great things about these. But again, if you're looking at that thinking, okay, I've always wanted to try the blush, let me buy the set. Again, I would kind of look at what's in the set that you already want, because those blushes are only $18 a piece. So you could buy the blush, have the exact shade you want without having to just settle for what's already in the set, and then save the rest of the money from the set. So again, my purpose in this video is to kind of force us to think a little bit critically, like, do I want everything in the set? Or is it just a great value and I'm a little bit blinded by it? It's like I'm always trying to break myself when I'm seeing something on sale and asking, do I actually like this dress or is it just on sale? Would I buy it at full price? Or do I just like that it's on sale? And the other full-size product is the Merit Flush Balm Cream Blush, which is a crazy name. I've never realized that, but that is in a full size as well, but it is almost the exact same color as the blush that's in here from LYS, and they're both cream blushes. I highly doubt you're gonna get a vastly different look from one blush to another, so I don't think it made much sense to include both. But again, if this is a set you're buying to kind of split it up and say, you know, let me give this to my friend, let me keep this for myself, maybe it might make sense. All right, I am so excited to talk about this next one. These are the kind of sets that I love. This is the Sephora Perfume Sampler Set, and I adore when Sephora does these. They have a couple sets like this. They'll do like a mascara one, a perfume one, where you get the minis and you get to try everything in the set, and then once you've determined your favorite, you have a voucher inside the packaging to redeem for a full-size version. So this perfume set could be a fantastic value depending on how you use that coupon, okay? So you're getting 18 sample size fragrances, and then later on you get to redeem it. Be careful, do not lose your coupon. Don't take all these out and then throw the box away. It is in there, make sure you don't make that mistake. Otherwise this set will be essentially useless because these are like tiny little samples. One call out that I will make here is the size of the sample. So some of the more high-end expensive perfumes are redeemable for a smaller version, okay? So like the one from Gucci or Jo Malone, Valentino, like those are redeemable for the 1 ounce bottle, not a super big bottle. The only ones in this set that you can redeem for a very large bottle, the 3.3 ounce bottle or 98 milliliter bottle, Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume, and the Charlotte Tilbury perfume. Now I will say, let's all give a round of applause to the angel in the Sephora reviews section that broke down the math for us. Someone left this review and the title is "Do With This As You Will," and they break down how much money you would save depending on which full size you're redeeming for. So there are a couple where you would actually lose money based on the cost of the full size. So this is one of those where I'm like, you know, if you already wanted to buy one of these perfumes, buy this set, because now you're getting all the samples. Maybe you can travel with them or you can test them out and then you're getting the full size. So love the perfume sets, love when they do this. I will say this offer is for the Sephora sets. A lot of the individual brand sets do not offer this. So if you're seeing perfumes from a fragrance house doing a set on Sephora, those ones don't have this redeemable coupon. Definitely read the description to see if it's included. It's generally just the actual Sephora perfume sets. Next up in the hot seat, we've got the Sephora Precious Pouts Lip Set. Okay, who remembers when these used to be called Give Me Some Lip or like I Need a Lip or something like that? Am I losing my mind? Anyways, this is called the Precious Pouts Set. It retails for $54 and is a $152 value. There are 4 full-size lip products in here. It looks as though there are only 3 if you read the description because it doesn't list the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump as a full size, but it is. I will say, Sephora makes quite a few errors on their website. I catch these all the time. Okay, Sephora, what's going on? But anyways, they don't list that as a full size. They don't list it as a mini. They just don't have a size there, but it is a full size. The other full size is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum, and then the Sephora Collection Retractable Rouge Gel Liner, as well as the Glossier Ultra Lip High Shine. Almost every lip product in this set is like a dusty rose. So if you like that, if you like pinky, rosy lip shades, this could be the set for you. But I don't know if that's necessarily the most like universally appealing tone of a lip color. I'm surprised this set doesn't lean more nude. Obviously there's a range of different depths of nude, but they could have included those in this set. But these are pretty much all like rosy shades with the exception of one red lipstick and one kind of deeper, almost like cranberry berry tone. So this is another one of those sets where I might have looked at it and thought, oh, there's a couple products I've had my eye on, I should get this. But then when I consider the lip shades that I actually like and I will actually wear, it wouldn't make any sense for me to buy this set because a lot of these just aren't shades that I would gravitate towards, and I would rather just buy one or two lip products for basically an equivalent or lower price than buy this set with shades that aren't gonna work for me. Again, I know I'm being quite critical here, and I do think there is a time and a place for these sets, and I think out of all of the holiday sets, Sephora does the best job on them, but I'm being intentionally very critical here to perhaps de-influence you if you're trying to avoid buying too many products right now. I don't think these sets always make sense, even though they can be a really fantastic value. We've also got the Bold and Blushing Lip Set. This one is only $42 and a $119 value. So great bang for your buck here, but once again is running into the same problem as all of these sets. Everything in here is the same color. What is the point of having these different blushes if they all are probably gonna look the same? Again, maybe if you're splitting it up, sure. And who am I to talk, because I love to buy the same shade of blush over and over again, but it's something I think is worth calling out, okay? So the full-size products in here, we've got the Lawless Pinch My Cheeks Soft Blur Blush. Now this is in the shade Angel, which is a very light shade, and again, depending on your skin tone, that may or may not work for you. The shade, when it's shown on the model with a deeper skin tone, I really can't see it. And that's one of the full-size products in it. So that's like the huge draw for it, and I don't think it would work for a lot of people. Also full-size is the Refi Lip Blush in Wine and the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Flushed Matte Color for cheek and lip in Rose and Brunch. I will say that when I'm kind of drooling over, I love Danessa Myricks, but that's another thing where I'm like, I could just buy that for $25 and choose the exact shade that I want. You are getting a mini of the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Iced Coffee, which I love. And the mini is exactly half the size of the full size. So it's pretty small. So you could just go out and buy the full size for $24, which I do think is kind of expensive for what it is, but still, if that's the draw for you in this set, I would just buy the full size. Okay, we cannot forget the Glitz and Glam Makeup Set. This one is $45 and a $115 value. So again, just like all of these, great bang for your buck if the set makes sense for you, but something I want to call out again here, everything is pink. Sephora, why is everything in all of these sets pink? The full-size products in here are the Glossier Cloud Paint, the Beauty Blender, and the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Satin Lipstick in the shade Mauve. Now the cloud paint that's in here is probably one of the big draws to this because it is one of the few full-size products, but I also want to mention a lot of times the full-size products in these sets are from the brands that are already a little bit less expensive, which is obviously not a bad thing, but like the Glossier Cloud Paint is normally $22. It's not like they're giving you a full size of a $38 Patrick Ta blush or a Charlotte Tilbury blush. Like more often than not, the full-size products they're including in here are from the more mid-range price brands to begin with, and not necessarily the more expensive or even luxury brands at Sephora. Not a bad thing, but just something I want to mention. It's easy to look at this set and think, oh, there's a few full-size products in here, but it's like, yes, but they aren't necessarily filling out most of the value in this set to begin with, when you could just buy the cloud paint for $22 and choose your exact shade. But anyways, I digress. The cloud paint shade in here I think is actually really pretty. It's the shade Storm. It is one of the deeper shades available in cloud paint, but those tend to be pretty sheer, so I would imagine this could still work on a variety of skin tones. Also, not to keep calling out Sephora for their incorrect descriptions, but the description listed here is the Merit lipstick is in the shade Mauve, and it's not in the shade Mauve, it's in the shade Maison, which is a mauve. Well, that's what they describe it as, but that's not the name of the shade. I don't know why there are so many inaccuracies on the Sephora description, but anyways, this is one of those sets where, again, I think it could absolutely make sense for the right person. But my main purpose for this video is to encourage all of us to think maybe a little more critically when it comes to these Sephora sets. I will be doing more set videos in the future, breaking down the best and worst sets as they become available on the Sephora site. But I think in general, the Sephora created sets do tend to be the best value. And because of that, I find myself like drooling at them thinking, oh my gosh, I'm getting an extra $100 in value on top of my purchase price. And while that might be true, sometimes the set just doesn't make sense considering the products that are in it. So I hope this kind of critical look on the Sephora sets was helpful for you. Maybe it convinced you the other way. Maybe you're thinking, wait, I kind of want to buy some of these now. Because like I said, some of them are pretty great. It's going to kind of come down to you and your own unique needs. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next one. Bye.